Welcome to the Bullits and Bourbon podcast, where it's not about the bourbon, but more about who you share it with.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bullits Bourbon. Jason here along with Danko and Dan, and it is our midweek, end of week. What is this?
This will be the Friday release episode.
I'm going on vacation, so I'm dumping. I'm saying to hell with the two losers.
You know what though? Doesn't Danko and Dan flow off the tongue a lot smoother than Craig?
Danko and Dano and Danko. We're gonna call you Dano now. Dano and Danko.
This ain't Hawaii 5-0.
Oh yeah,
that'd be an honor for you.
This ain't no Hawaii 5-0.
Whatever. So, anyways, I'm less than 24 hours away. No, wait. We're getting close to being on a plane and going to Aruba, and you guys can have this shit show for a little bit.
Wearing a Speedo while you're down there?
On backwards, as a matter of fact. I got to look at Danko, got all excited. He was like all perked up. So,
dude, that'd be great content to see you in a Speedo.
Would it? Or do you just want to see me in a Speedo? So weird.
I can see him in the, what was the green one with the comedy one? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, no idea.
Yeah.
Got nothing here.
Oh, it's going to drive me nuts.
Dude, it's going to drive you something.
You are going to have to get a drone to zoom out from you to fit
to
you
see that size. I know.
Photo.
Yeah, to see that. Yeah, it's got real estate. Oh, you're talking. You're trying to be funny. I'm trying to be really. Shut up. Nobody likes you anyway. All right. So, anyways, we're rolling with a pretty common whiskey tonight to try out. Right after we debated for 15 minutes on what we wanted to put up, we decided that we wanted to be able to try something that was easily findable, not too expensive, a good shelfer, but it's got a little bit of character to it, or just something that's classy looking.
Something that's enjoyable.
So, Calamute 8 Year is what we came up with. This is a 90 proof whiskey. I think it retails for like $50. We're around 50.
Yeah, I think the 8 years a lot cheaper. I think
I think it's like $49-$50. It ain't too much.
And you can. You can do a search on the internet and you can find it at most of the online retailers, or it'll probably be in your state store. So it's not going to be something hard to find. But we killed a bottle of Calamute, if I'm saying that right.
I think it was a 10 or the 12.
Yeah, 10 or 12. I mean, we enjoyed it. We tore through it.
In a single night.
Yeah. So
that's actually my question: is it Calamute or
I don't know.
Calumet?
Yeah, the big question is how you pronounce it.
You thought you would think we would actually look this shit up before the podcast, though.
Is there? Will AI?
Somebody's gonna be like, "You idiots!
You
idiots! Don't know what the hell you're talking about."
I wonder. Hold on. How do you pronounce Calumet?
So I do know when you start to get to some of their 15, 16 year, though, I know they start to get to like $100-some bottles, though. And
Calumet. Hold on. Here it goes. Ready? Sounds like Calumet.
Sounds like a cow you met.
Hold on.
Sounds like my dating life.
All right, ready? Here you go.
Calumet.
Man, I love AI. How do you pronounce Danko?
Danko.
How do you pronounce Danko?
Oh, he's all
Danko,
excited.
dummy. That's how it's going to come out.
Yeah, Danko.
But you think?
Anyway, let's get on to this bottle. What?
Hold on, we're going to figure out how it's pronounced.
How else would you pronounce it, though?
We are looking at how to pronounce this name.
That's not it. That was creepy.
Back to the Calumet. Was it Calumet, right?
Yeah. Taste it.
The Calumet.
Let's go. The Calumet. Calumet.
The Calumet.
Cow.
That sounds like a future dad joke right there.
See, stupid. Are we doing dad jokes?
Not tonight.
No. What proof is this?
You come back.
90 proof.
Sips like a 90 proof.
It smells a little hotter than 90 proof, though.
No. You think it does, really? I don't think it does.
I hate to say it. It smells like whiskey to me.
Oh, here we go.
I can't. I'm not.
Yeah, but we're sipping on that 115 earlier tonight. I didn't have the ethanol smell. This does, though, the whiskey smell.
I think part of it is it's wet, miserable.
It's definitely Scotch weather. Or we're getting to be that Scotch weather.
I thought we were going to have a Scotch.
Well, I know. I threw an audible in there.
It's a good,
for 8 year, what do you think? I mean, for the price of the bottle.
I think it smells. I think it smells higher proof. I think it drinks very good beginner. It's almost like a wheated flavor to it, though. It's a sweet note to me.
I get pepper.
Maybe a grassy.
Yeah, I get the baking spices, cooking spices, whatever you want to call it.
You can spice that.
It's got a nice little hug.
It's an easy. I don't get any hug. I just get. It's just a very smooth, simple, basic.
It's an
sipper,
immediate
though.
hug, though. It's not big. It's not long. It's a quick, short.
Now, you kind of have a bitch back though, so.
Oh god, here we go.
Yeah, but I usually drink everything on a rock, though, too.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I mean,
It does. It does change the flavor profile. The nose, I get vanilla. I get baking spice.
A little grassy or like a wheat or no, it's just me.
More of just an oaky.
I get brown sugar. You get brown
On the
sugar
nose?
on the nose. Yeah, I get brown sugar on the nose.
I don't necessarily get on the nose. On the palate, though, I get more of the oak. I get the vanilla, white pepper. It's not very viscous. That would be something that kind of would be a drawback for me. It doesn't have a lot of viscosity to it. Its legs are. It's not a very oily whiskey, which is fine. I mean, they're not all going to be.
Yeah, it's very thin. It's not. But here we are back to the white and black pepper.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the hell white pepper smells like versus.
Well, we'll go pick some up and figure it out while it's on vacation.
A pepper. Well, you know what? When we do Nose Your Bourbon, I think they actually have a white and a black pepper in that kit.
Is it white girl or white pepper? Okay.
White
I'm ready to
pepper.
know some white something.
But we're not talking about those. We're talking about tasting though too. So I mean, I'd like to get one of those kits too, where you get some of the flavor profiles.
But the notes are the smelling notes lead to the flavor profile. So if you can master the notes from smelling, you're going to pick that up on your palate.
Well, I think
they're all tied
agree
together.
that none of us here have had anything strained through a Band-Aid. But when we have peated, a lot of people equate peated to a Band-Aid because the smell equates to the taste.
The iodine and
Right.
the rubbery Band-Aid. Yeah.
I will agree that the hug is pretty brisk on this, which is good. Makes up for that kind of being thin.
Look at Jay's vocabulary.
Brisk. Well, I was thinking
brisk,
about
I know it's the one that you smoke upstairs.
that's brisket.
Brisk iced
That
tea.
wasn't a very expanded vocabulary there. One syllable.
I went to city school.
Yeah, you went to Stowe Rocks.
Hey,
You two are idiots.
No, I think for $50, I think it's a good pour though. I mean, seriously, as much whiskey as we've sipped though, too, I think I would say it's a good one to have your friends over though and give them a pour of this though. Absolutely.
yeah, especially if they're not whiskey drinkers, you're not going to burn through $100 bottle.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
and
seriously,
They're not gonna enjoy it like we would enjoy a good bottle.
it's $90.
They'll enjoy
90 proof. Sorry.
and everybody will still have a good time.
Well, I think a lot of times on the podcast, I hear some of my friends say, "Man, every time you guys talk about something, it's always good." Da, da, da. I said, "Well, there's a lot of things we've tried that we don't talk about.
Yeah, we're not going to necessarily have a bad whiskey
A lot
on
of
here to
times,
bash it.
yeah, a lot of times we don't bash a lot of people. So anytime you generally see us trying something, but this one we actually went into this. Blimey, if I've had it before, I don't remember. I don't remember.
I've had it
It's
before.
been a long time.
It's been probably over a year.
It's been long enough that when he poured it, I had no clue if I was going to like
I
it.
mean, I know this is probably gonna might trigger some people, but I would say this is better than Eagle Rare.
I wouldn't go that far.
I
definitely wouldn't. I'm going to argue with there right now.
Okay. I mean, you're free to do it. It's a free country, but it's in the same price category.
Yeah.
Well,
if you get it at retail-
non tater chasers, but
Findability, it's there. I mean, where is Calumet out of? Calumet.
Calumet.
off the top of my head, I can't remember.
That's how you're going to remember it. The Calumet.
It's not actually pronounced Calumet, though. I keep on saying Calumet.
I will look, and I mean, I want to say they're Barton brand. I cannot remember
Barton?
though. Yeah, they're owned by Barton. I don't remember. It's a good question.
Lexington.
Yeah, well, I knew that.
I wonder if they're a Lexington only distillery or if they are other places. So clearly, we didn't do our research prior to
Well, we kind of just decided we were just going to pick it up and just roll with it. So, I don't know. It's good. It's a good question. It's not.
No,
it's
but
not.
I mean, bottom
You know,
line, it's everywhere across the country from everything I know.
Yeah, you're
find
gonna be able to
typically
find it in the store.
Your ABC, your Total Wines, you're going to find it in typically any of your
Western
local liquor
Spirits
stores.
Beverage owns it. So they own it from the Comet Farm Kentucky Straight Bourbon, which is pretty neat. The mash bill, I mean, it gives it all here. It was established in 1924 by William Monroe Wright. So the mash bill is 74% corn, 18% rye, and 8% malted barley. So it's got a, you know, I mean, it's a pretty straightforward mash bill. But I mean, it's a, you know, it's easy. It's just easy to find. It's not nothing super special, but it's a good bottle to have.
It's not something that you would typically ever, you know, a lot of times I think when you go to a bar, you're going to see Bullits. Bullits very common though. You're going to see your
Basil Hayden, Buffalo.
Hayden's, right.
This is definitely a step up for those.
Angel's Envy is very common in a bar though. I don't think typically, not your everyday bar you see it in though.
No.
Sometimes you'll see the Calumet. 15, 16 sometimes though.
Yeah.
But no, I would recommend it for the price though.
Well, the prices do tend to go up exponentially with once you get to the 10, 12,
15, 16
15
year,
and 16, because we got them all. So it's
You know what? Now I want to start my own whiskey and call it the cow you met. I mean, that's a great bar story. End of the night, oh yeah, this cow I met.
You know, as we're getting
How I
older,
Met Your Mother?
somebody. What'd you say?
we're talking about the cow you
At
met.
our age, somebody might name the whiskey after us, and some woman might have named it the cow I met.
Yeah, probably. I mean, the way we put on, yeah.
You remember that Veterans
But
Day?
I'm a bull.
I'm a bull.
You're
I'm a bull.
Bullshit.
without balls.
What's a castrated bull called?
Danko.
You remember Dan asked us for a lot of those pictures for Veterans Day though. And, hey, find some pictures, and we all sent it to Dan now, and dude, we all look so young and like 30, 40 pounds lighter.
Probably easily 40 pounds lighter, yeah.
From when?
Our military
the
pictures that
pictures,
we
I mean,
somebody sent over.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still, but I mean, I sent him a picture of me. I'm like, oh my god, my face was thin. I'm like, Jesus, I was like,
Everybody sent me all
170 pounds.
professional ones. Then there's me choking the chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of Veterans Day, that you know we did the podcast. Craig thought it'd be funny as he left to put that pumpkin underneath my right front tire of my truck, thinking that he would get me. He's like, I'm gonna get me.
I thought he'd back up,
Yeah.
smashing on his driveway.
So what happened at the commissary the next day, Gregory? Danko?
Oh, so here I am shopping. Commissary, if you don't know, commissary is basically a military grocery.
They don't need the entire background. Can you just jump into what happened and quit
For
trying to
one
shield
time,
it?
try to shut up and not interrupt.
I swear to
For
God.
one
Yeah,
time-
he
Like the-
explains like a kid.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So McDonald's was formed in
It's
1977.
got two arches.
and they're
Anyways,
golden.
and they're golden.
If you've
And
never
I
seen
like to
McDonald's-
dress up like Ronald McDonald.
A lot of people in their life have that one asshole friend, and unfortunately, I have two.
There you go.
So,
So hey, Mazel Tov.
so I come outside from the grocery store.
No, you don't come outside. We saw you in the grocery store.
Motherfucker, I walked outside the goddamn
Can you please tell the
grocery
story the right way?
And when I walk out to the goddamn car, there's this goddamn grocery cart.
What kind of car?
A truck. So at first,
I was waiting for him to say
Yeah.
goddamn
no,
car.
dude, seriously. Motherfucker, shut up.
Okay, can you go?
Seriously, one more time. You know what? I'm gonna make a mess in your house. I'm gonna drink your expensive shit. Next week, what you do today, there's an equal and opposite reaction for everything you do. Next week, I'm drinking
Okay.
expensive shit.
All right. Yeah. Well, I want you to
When you're in Reuben,
put a lot of stock in
when you're
that.
in Aruba, we're gonna FaceTime you right now,
Yeah.
Jay. So I walk outside the grocery store and I see this cart in front of my driver's side door, and I didn't see. At first, I saw it, dude. Split second, my blood pressure rise. 'Cause I was so pissed off though.
I dumped it over on its side.
Oh, dude, I was so pissed off of what asshole put a grocery cart seriously in front of my door. 'Cause this lazy motherfucker could not put it back in the thing. It was turned upside down. And I instantly remembered because when I ran into him in the grocery store, I'm like, this mother effer. I sent him a text, I hate you.
No, he went cuss. And then,
And then-
oh,
I'm
this-
never- yeah.
I'm gonna
We
be
drove
polite.
around the parking lot 4 times waiting for this slow friggin' sloth to make his way out just so we can see his reaction. They're like, we gotta go.
Dude, I looked around. I walked out there, and I looked around like, I know this bitch is sitting here somewhere.
Dude, Jennifer and I were dying because immediately when I passed your truck by, I thought about that pumpkin underneath my front tire and how you were going to get me. You thought you were going to get me. Now he's lucky because last night before I went to bed, I was like, I'm waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm driving over to his house. I'm putting that pumpkin underneath his tire.
What you should have done, you should have zip tied the grocery cart to his door handle. on the passenger side.
Dude, I had
he would never see that one coming.
I should have.
People get so pissed when you do that because once they get on 376,
with the grocery cart smacking the side of their car. What kind of people are we? Fun kind. Yeah, so that teaches you a lesson, right?
Speaking of trucks, let me talk about Sun Chevrolet in McMurray, PA.
Ooh, you're putting them on blast on the podcast?
Oh, I'm going to put Sun Chevrolet on blast right now. So I got my truck right here, that right below my emblem, Silverado. Right below it, there's a spot of paint missing.
Up on the mountain.
Cool, whatever. You get up on
probably
the hood.
from like loose gravel or rocks, I would think.
Yeah,
You get up on the hood. If you've seen a Chevy Silverado, hood sits up high, and right below,
he's probably behind a dump truck or gravel truck.
Or a garbage
you
truck.
shut up. Within a 10-inch span, I've got 10 spots of paint.
He said.
Oh, preach, brother, preach!
Anyways, go ahead.
So this 10-inch spot, 10 pieces of paint are missing right here. Though.
Did you
How
count
big's
them?
the spot?
How big is the spot? We're giving you we're being attentive.
It's
to
about the size of your boyhood. It's like
10 inches.
Wow,
I'll take
man, he's
it.
giving you a lot of credit.
so I took the truck down
I'll
there
take
today.
10.
They do the
10
old,
by 10. That's dope.
they do the oil change though, and there's these spots all over here of paint missing though. I had some bubbled up paint a little bit. You go over there and rub it, and the paint will just flake off. And they come back.
He
the
said
warranty-
rub it. He's like,
The manager comes back out for the warranty, and he goes, "Those are rock chips." I'm like, motherfucker.
What I said.
I thought they were rock chips too.
I thought so what else could it be?
That's because you assholes knew before this. Goddamn it. You knew what
He
would
was hot,
hit my
dude.
big red button right now. Though.
Hey, so if it wasn't rock chips, what was it?
Bad
Aliens?
paint.
Aliens?
Bad paint. So it was interesting because when I came home and I was telling Jennifer that I just dropped you off, and we were talking about this before because this happened on her brother-in-law's Tahoe, and it's happening to Jared's Tahoe. The same thing. But I guess rocks just, whoever had them threw them in a 10 by 10 formation and they just kept their cone of,
that
perfectly.
Silverado's kind of a square top, and
Yeah.
it flew up here and hit.
Landed straight.
It hit the
indirect
hood
fire.
this far from the windshield, didn't crack, it didn't do anything. It's all in this area of 10 rocks just miraculously hit here. And you know what?
It's a nice little beating zone.
Time to go to war with Sun Chevrolet. Take it to another body shop on Thursday for their opinion, estimate, and we'll see what they say.
So what happens if you take it to 2 more body shops and they're all like, yeah, rocks, dude. Are you going to come back on?
You'd be like, I'm going to apologize.
So Chevy, I'm sorry. I'm
Why don't you
stupid.
lift the hood open and there's a bunch of like little rocks like underneath?
Oh, dude, it'd be great, like gravel truck.
Like how mad would you be?
If statistical odds, that's not a chance. That's not a damn chance.
Now he's thinking about
I
it.
was
He's
thinking
like,
maybe I need to go pop the hood open. See,
best thing you could do is take 2 handful of rocks and hit them on all sides of your truck and then be like, insurance claim.
If it was not for Jen being on that plane, I would hope your plane goes down one to Aruba.
I'd survive, dude. I'm a survivor.
that head float.
Yeah. Oh, you're buoyant, that's for sure.
You're a dick. You're stupid.
Jen will be laying on top of you right there, floating around.
You know what?
If he's on the Titanic, yeah, there's definitely
Listen.
no room on that door for him.
You're going to feel bad if the plane goes down.
Dude, had the Titanic have gone down and you were on it, they could have zip tied the Titanic to you. You'd be like a bobber for it.
Yo, he's about to catch hands. This guy right
Imagine
here.
how many lives he could have saved on his back.
This is your fault. You should have been born. You should have been born sooner. This is your
About as
fault.
many as your mom saved on her back.
This time it wasn't me this time. It was not me.
Well, you open the door, I walk through it. Oh, jeez. So, in any event, enlighten us, Dad.
Enlighten you. Oh, so the new trend, and I'm going to try tonight. Go ahead, Monkey. They're boiling lettuce and drinking the liquid that comes out of it. Supposedly, it'll knock you out in like 25 minutes.
Who's
Wait.
The internet.
So you're really going to go, you're going to leave here, you're going to go to the grocery store and buy a head of lettuce and boil it and drink it.
Not tonight, probably like Monday.
But what happens if the actual thing it does is poison you and you die?
Nah.
So let me ask you.
I mean,
If you die by lettuce, there's a level of, I don't care what kind of soul you got. I just wonder if guys would be like, no, I can't let you in this.
you
die by lettuce.
Die from boiled lettuce.
Hey, let me ask you. So
Well-
is lettuce the new date rape drug then? For hitting?
I mean, think about it. You have some. Hey, boil this lettuce, drink this, and then you see Craig coming out with all the baby oil. It's a day party.
Like, how many times have you woken up face down?
Never.
Lies.
Never.
Lies.
That's right.
Why are you interested in that? Like, why?
He's like, because there's a first for everything.
First for everything.
He's like, gotta go to the produce section. So, seriously though, who came up with this?
I've seen like 3 or 4 videos today when I was just scrolling through the reels. And there was a doctor that was actually doing cap or no cap. And it was like, at first, his first video, he's like, cap. And then he did his second video when he actually researched it and was like, no cap. So supposedly, if you do it.
Is he saying cap, no cap?
Yeah, cap, no cap. Cap.
CAP.
That's what this doctor was saying, not me.
This is a medical doctor, and he's adopted the millennials or the
So
yes.
So what is he saying? No, what is it? What's the chemical release?
I guess there's some chemical release in the lettuce that will.
No shit. I said, what's the chemical release?
Do I look like a fucking doctor or a fucking chemist?
I'm sorry that
I don't know. Do you work the produce aisle? You came up with the whole let's boil a head of lettuce.
I'm a little educated with the topic.
I say
I've
let's
just seen the videos.
let's-
I see people like 10 minutes after I drink it. Yeah, I feel a little drowsy. 25 minutes.
How much
after
do you
I
have to
it,
drink?
Just like a cup of tea almost.
Okay, so let's do this. Instead, let's save it for a podcast. Let's save it for the podcast, not the one we get back because we're going to be doing Knows Your Bourbon and we want to be awake for that. But maybe the podcast after that, you two draw straws. I got to be a responsible one for safety, and whoever
We've seen you on the deck. The least.
we don't need to talk about old stuff. That's old stuff. We're talking new stuff. It's your turn to sacrifice a little bit for this cause. So
I got a better idea. You got 2 kids?
no, I'm not testing on my children to start off with. If it works, they're drinking boiled lettuce for sure, for sure. Straight cap or whatever.
No cap. No cap.
No Riz. How's it go, Oliver?
What?
Got no Riz. No Riz.
No
Anyways,
Riz, no cap.
so you do the draw. Whoever has to do it has to drink it at the start of the podcast. Because the podcast usually goes 30, 40 minutes. And we can watch your physical behavior. But you got to drink a double dose.
Not a double dose. You'll
no.
be fucking hot.
So speaking of those, though, I do. Serious question though. When are we going to do the 1 chip challenge? Pacquiao.
Let's do it at the same time that we do the lettuce head challenge.
I'll do the lettuce. You do the fucking 1 chip.
Why me? Me and him are going to do it.
Or I can bring the ghost cheese in.
Oh, the ghost cheese challenge?
Let's do the ghost cheese.
But you're lactose intolerant.
I smell like I am. I don't know.
He shits on the regular like he's lactose intolerant.
So we're going to do it. What are we going to call this? The lettuce, ghost chip, ghost cheese challenge?
Yeah, I'll bring the ghost
figure it
cheese
out.
in.
So
cross that bridge.
who's doing the chip? You do the chip, I do the cheese?
Dan can't do it. I mean,
I can't. My stomach would be
So
sore.
you're,
I can't do it.
so
I'm out.
you're drinking a double portion of the lettuce, boiled lettuce soup.
boiled lettuce soup.
And then you have to
so Dan's going to be passed out. And we're going to be pissed off. No,
do
not good for
we
Dan.
know how to stop the recording?
Yeah.
Do you,
we
all right,
we
so
don't
who's,
need to record our Diddy party on Dan.
Oh, jeez.
what is wrong with you?
What is wrong
What
with
is
you?
wrong? Danko, man. Return the Danko.
He needs to go spend 6 months in prison and get that Diddy feeling out of him.
Yeah, that's
Or put in them.
Hey, so new topic. Michael Strahan. What do y'all think about that?
Good football player. He went to the. Well, he didn't quite go to the moon, but he went to space supposedly.
But you've
Did
heard about the recent controversy, though.
Jeff
Oh,
Bezos.
that's right.
But yeah, the recent controversy with the national anthem just came out over Veterans Day weekend and everything.
So only from what you told me. It's like I said, I don't give a fuck if you kneel, sit, stand, hand on your heart. It is what it is.
Well, so the backstory is Michael Strahan, New York Giants player, though, during the national anthem, I think they caught a clip of him. Everybody around him has a hand over the heart. He had his hands in his pocket, though. And from what I know, dude has caught a lot of hate. I think, do not quote me, he posted something though too. Got to his house, a lot of people were there, reporters, all this. Grabbed one person's phone, threw it in the bushes. He apologized for it though too.
I
Me,
wouldn't have.
don't give a fuck. You threw their phone in the bushes. I don't give a shit. Though.
Yeah.
Had his
Deal
hand in
with
his pockets. From what I've read too, and what I know, his dad was a major in the Army, served 23 years active duty. He's a big military supporter, and given the fact of his stature, they've made it into something that it's not.
I mean, but that's media. Media will blow. If it's
will.
a slow media cycle,
Correct.
They'll blow the smallest thing on just to get people's attention. Like,
You're right.
who
Joe
cares?
Schmo stands there and does not have his hand on his
Yeah,
heart. Nobody gives
no
a
big
shit.
deal.
But an NFL player, an iconic person, though, oh yeah, they will blow it out of the water.
Yeah. Two things with this. One, from my understanding, he was kind of taken in at the moment and just kind of lost. It just wasn't paying attention.
He meant nothing by it.
Yeah.
Was there a flyby going on?
It was really.
I think the camera zoomed in on him. Though,
it was a really festive something, but you could kind of look at him and kind of see he's just kind of looking around. I don't like when people kneel for the anthem. I think when you're representing your team, I think it's disrespectful. When I'm all about showing reverence to your nation. It's the only nation that's like this, and we have enough. I'm just going to call it like I see it. Enough of stupid bitches in this country that are too pussy to go and serve their nation. That that's my personal feelings about it. You don't like this country, leave. But
I think we all
in that instance, I don't think he meant anything by it whatsoever. I just think it was just it was. I've done it before too, and we've worn the uniform and served the nation. Where all of a sudden, listen, how many times have we been running from one place to another and reveille sounds, right?
Yeah, trying to miss. Yeah,
the popcorn kill. Now, as far as the reporter goes, yeah, in the media. At what point is this nation going to understand that the media is hot garbage? The days of reporting news are dead. They're dead.
Oh, it's all about creating news.
It's about creating news. It's about indoctrinating people to believe whatever you want them to believe. And I just wish this nation collectively, 100% collectively, would pull their head out of their ass and learn to think for themselves. This shouldn't be in the news. We've got other more important stuff in the news.
Yeah, but what about those monkeys? Have they found the monkeys?
That is absolutely not where I was going with this.
That is where we're going with it now.
I don't know.
I'm getting you off your soapbox.
Have they found the escaped monkeys?
How many monkeys escaped?
47 monkeys.
47. Dude, and let me tell you something. I listened to that podcast. You cannot whoop a chimpanzee's ass.
Are you fucking serious?
Ass.
Get the fuck out.
Did you watch Planet of the Apes? Are you stupid? Those were chimps.
It's a fucking movie.
No.
It's a movie.
But it's still, a chimp is twice as strong as a man.
Hold on.
You won't get your ass whooped by a chimp.
We got to, as of Wednesday evening, November 13th, 2024, isn't today Wednesday? What's today?
Thursday.
I'm all messed up. 35 of the 43 rhesus macaque.
What?
No.
They're racist monkeys? Oh, shit, there's racist monkeys running around. That's some
43 of whatever type of monkeys that escaped from the...
47.
Can you shut up? I just said 35 of the 43... I'm telling you, you're getting...
Look how bad it is.
I give up.
Fuck you guys.
The lab has given up. They've given up looking. No, they're still continuing to look for these bioengineered monkeys. They're not bioengineered.
You just made that up.
19 monkeys escaped from the facility, but recaptured a few hours.
Dude, it's gone from 47 to 43 to 19 escaped. How many escaped?
How many really? They don't know.
They have no idea. This number is...
You know what? A bunch of monkeys. We'll keep it at a bunch of monkeys.
That's what I wish it... Like, I believe so much about life is expectation management, right? So if when we were airmen, when we really fucked up, did you give the extent of your fuck-uppery, or did you go, I fucked up? I'll let your imagination take that to the far side or the near side, right?
I am not copying anything. Oh, you did X, Y, and Z? Okay, so they don't know about...
They don't know exactly which one of the things is it that they're talking about.
And it's like,
What was your biggest F up in the military? Just give me something.
Best one, I ran over a 249. I backed up, I had a 249 on the bipod legs, right? And we were out smoking and joking, and I had to move the vehicle. And it was right by the vehicle, and I had to turn it, and I backed up, broke the bipod legs on it. Not like too crazy, but I put that bitch back together like
Turn it in.
Turn it back into the armory. So there's that one.
Those are sensitive items too.
I'm trying to think if my statute of limitations is off on this one.
So with the nuclear weapons, you're not supposed to take photography.
Oh, dude. Stop.
I know.
Stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
what is break right there, Dan?
Yeah. Stop
Stop right
Stop.
there.
We're
You may not be.
I've never taken photography.
Good. Shut up.
But I wish I had a camera. Because if I had a camera, I think the craziest thing I ever did was sitting on top of a nuclear weapon.
Oh, dude, shut up. All right, so mine was, I was a young airman. I was at Dyess Air Force Base in Texas. And this is back when the F-117 was still in service. The what was it called? It was the stealth fighter.
Stealth.
But what was the name of it? Blackhawk, Nighthawk.
No.
I don't remember what it was.
Anyway, stealth fighter.
Anyway, so now at the time that was an extremely sensitive aircraft, right? So we treat it with our utmost. Yeah, I don't give away the names of shit like you do. The utmost of our security.
I understand what kind of nuclear
Okay,
weapons.
all right. So it gets parked in a hangar, and you've got to have basically a little team of people around it at all times. It cannot go. It can't be left alone. And it's got a little red line around it that you're not supposed to go inside that red line. So it's all about like layering it up and whatnot. So we did, what airmen do in a hangar, a huge hangar with one plane in it. We got bored. So one of the guys had a football. So we started throwing the football around. Well, we called over another fire team, and that way we could play 3-on-3. And we did a little football game. Allegedly, what had happened was that there may have been a pass that was thrown by somebody that you may know that was overthrown and hit the windshield of this F-117.
Oh, you cracked it.
I didn't crack it. I knocked the entire square block of the window. Allegedly, that person, the entire square block of window just went plump into the seat, and the ball landed in the cockpit.
What would it cost on something like that? I can't even imagine.
Oh, I got one that.
Well, hold on, I'm not done yet. So I freaked out. Right, what do you do? So we did what cops do. We all got together. We're like, all right, this is how we're going to fix it. Right. So we got a ladder. Go to the aircraft. There's another airman, the lightest airman out there. Lightest airman. We had him crawl up the wing, crawl into the cockpit, get the football out, and take the piece of glass and just pop it right back into place.
Damn pilot dies.
No.
He had to eject.
So we pop it back in place. No big deal. Everything looks
When that
kosher.
dude's hitting Mach 2 and that window sucks in.
So we're like, all right, shift change happens. We're like, cool, we're going on break. So we're like, all right, if we can make it through break without nothing, man, sure as shit, about freaking 9 o'clock in the morning, recall. We get recalled in. So we get back to the hangar, and there's a maintenance chief and a maintenance commander and our chief and our ops officer and our ops superintendent. And they're all like everybody. And they didn't even fuck around with theatrics. They brought us right into the hangar, lined us all up. All right, who did it? And everybody's did what? We're trying to play cool, right? So here's the problem. They put a material on the stealth, right? It's classified material, still is. It left footprints. So there's footprints going all along the aircraft and into the cockpit. And fingerprints of the guy's hand as he pushed the glass back into place. So, finally said, we cut a cop to it. What happened? The main chief's like, you're lucky. He's like, you're lucky we got to get rid of this bird today. So you're not gonna face the firing squad on it. But he reamed our asses. Now, as he's doing this, I watch this maintenance tech get up on the plane, walk over to where the window was, take duct tape out and go, tape it up, and like, it's good to go. That's all they did. No shit. Fucking tape the window back into place.
Wow.
So we would have been good. If it hadn't been for the...
There's no way that bird is flying with just some tape on it.
I guarantee you, half that plane is tape.
Have you ever looked at
Half
the
that
window when you
plane
go flying?
is
how
tape.
much of the wing and engine
Is aluminum aircraft's tape.
Yeah, aluminum aircraft tape.
Yep.
No,
Duct
really?
tape. Oh, yeah. You get a window seat next to the wings, and just look out. And you're like, oh, this shit's just being held by rubber bands and tape.
It's aluminum aircraft
It is the
tape.
duct tape of the aviation world.
And so all this tape was their classified version of the tape with the stealth material on it. That joker went up there like he was MacGyver, slapped 4 pieces on and was like, all right, Chief, good to go.
So the best was I had a buddy when I was at Barksdale, and you've seen the safety pictures when you have the briefing. His picture is world known.
He hit the aircraft.
He drove in to B-52.
Oh, my God. I don't say he did. Well, we saw a kid crash into the F-16. He fell asleep. Oh, yeah. That happens a lot.
He said, the ballpark lights caught my eyes and blinded me.
We had a lot of those where dudes would hit F-16s and F-15s. They would fall asleep behind the wheel of their patrol car. They'd hit the aircraft. But the one that always got me was like at Dice you had the B-1Bs, big supersonic bombers with those huge powerful engines, and they would tell you like when they're doing engine runs, get away from the ramp because they push a lot of power out. Sure shit, they're evolved a game. It was basically the Moog Mile, the B1 Moog Mile. You had to, when they did their run-ups, they'd run all of them at once, and you would take off in a cop car and try to get all the way down the line without getting pushed off the road, which was fine if you were in a cop car because it was lower profile to the ground. When you're in a Bronco, what do you think happens when you get to the back end of engine number 3?
You catch all that.
And he rolls right over. And that happened a bunch of times too. But I mean, you got to have fun. Right?
Well, the best was, you know how you're not supposed to take your 9mm out on post?
Who said? What?
Yeah. So you know with the Beretta.
That's why the army ties it to their holster. They don't give them live ammo.
You know the Beretta trick, right?
Yeah, they do.
If you push too hard, pull the trigger, it won't fire.
Yeah, the whole Van Damme trick.
Yeah. We had an airman, I forget where we were, and he was showing, I think like either the Iraqi or Kuwaiti or whatever deployment it was, the trick. Idiot didn't push it too far back enough.
So he fired?
Still hit the striker?
Hit the striker, blew a hole right through his hands.
He's probably trying to impress the chick.
No, just...
But why would you simulate real life and just...
Because you're young.
Because you're young
and
and
you're
dumb.
Right.
Like, it's like, are you special?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it happens. Remember the firearms instructor, the DEA firearms instructor that was talking about weapon safety? He shot himself
at the clearing barrel
I
or
mean,
whatever.
I hate to say it, but like, one of the things that I was always conscious of as like a weapons instructor and teacher, like, we're the most unsafe because we're so used to being around weapons all the time that it just became like they lose their caution.
You get complacent though. You're just like someone's like it's never going to happen to me though too type of thing though too, and you're just like whatever.
Oh, we got so Jared. I wonder if my dad knows this. So he calls me up. He's like, I had a weapon misfire. I said, what are you talking about? He's in his garage. This is when he lived in Tampa. He's going to kill me for this.
What, he have a round?
He didn't clear it properly, and it shot through the wall and into his garage.
Oh.
He's like, what did I do wrong? I'm like, you pulled the trigger. Like, I don't know what you did. He's probably going to be so upset about that. It can happen to anybody.
What's the craziest shit you've seen on the range?
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, because I know you have to have a good range story.
I'll tell you my craziest story was, and he is a lot better though. So I'll start off with the lower level. But I was on a grenade range. I was one of the NCOICs though, non-commissioned officer in charge though.
Do you gotta explain everything? Do you gotta mansplain everything? Women probably hate you because you mansplain everything.
You got a lot of gray hair when I look at you right now, dude. You got some gray. So here we are in grenade range. If you've never heard an actual grenade go off though, first time I heard a grenade go off though, it's not. It's not quiet. It's like a goddamn bomb going off though.
So it's like a grenade going off.
Yeah, but grenade's not quiet though. Grenade is like a goddamn bomb going off though.
He's to the part where it's going to entertain me.
You know, so I hand this grenade off to somebody right here, though, and you have this dude, you're like these little foxholes right here, and somebody's walking back and forth, and they hand the grenades off, like ready on the right, ready on the left. This soldier takes it, and she throws it. And he's like, oh, shit. He took off running because she threw it early. And she jumped in the foxhole, and she threw it, and all of a sudden, all I heard was plunk. Not kaboom, but plunk. what the fuck was that noise? And all of a sudden, this shit starts hitting me. I'm like, oh God, I froze. Shit's hit me everywhere. She threw it into a water puddle, and the water muffled it. But it was mud hitting me, but when it started hitting me, I thought it was shrapnel. I'm like, oh my God, I'm dead.
Did you scream?
Yeah, he screamed. Look at him. He screamed like a bitch.
He's like, ah! Yeah, but dude, when you're handing a live grenade off in a hole, that's a little intimidating. Sometimes you're afraid they're going to drop it in the hole.
Yeah, especially with some of the idiots the Army have. I'd be horrified.
So I'll give you my top three very quickly. The first one was
top one.
no, because they're all three. They're memorable, like to this day. We had the nurses and the doctors and everything out in the range. That's always a liability. Like these people, it's amazing to me that you could be a neurosurgeon but dumb as stones, right?
I'm gonna need a pour for this.
You are. You just pour because I'm not going to explain what an NCOIC is. And we get on the firing line, and they shoot a couple rounds. They're doing pairs, so fire 2 shots, and I see her. As a matter of fact, I think she was a doctor, but she takes her pistol. She's got glasses and they're slipping down her face. She's got her finger on her trigger and she pushes them up with the gun.
Oh my!
And for a moment, so the way it is, and this, the way the Air Force works, because we're different than all the other branches. We have a dedicated career field of weapons instructors and trainers and maintainers, fixed like gunsmiths. So they don't.
We have small arms.
You have SAMT. You have SAMC that does it, but
we have that too.
But your infantry guys take your infantrymen out to the field and shoot them. Like they're not. It's not a separate shred or separate career field like it is in the Air Force.
Yeah, because all of our people know about weapons. You all.
Oh, clearly that's why they don't give you live ammo. But here we go. No, that's why they led back to my story. So we're in trouble basically if she kills herself. So we're taught you go over there and you force the gun out of her hands. And so, like, right away, that's what I did. I kind of slammed her to the ground, and now she's bawling. She's bawling, I broke my nails. Like, I snapped, like, all of her nails. Like, these don't crack. She still did not, even after I showed her over and over again, she still didn't grasp that she could have just killed herself. Just wasn't there. That was what it was like to deal with the chair force portion of the Air Force, which we saw all the time. The next two were when I was in the special operations world, which you think would be more disciplined. They are not. We were down at Camp Blanding in Florida, and we were firing the Law rocket. Now, there's the Law rocket with the little blue trainers, right, that are fun. They're kind of like little practice rounds. Then the real Law rockets that go boom, boom, to really blow shit up. So we're on Law rocket, we're on Rocket Range 1, which is a practice-only range. You know how they designate all their ranges different, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember the dude telling me, and I signed the range out. He was like, listen, man, just please keep that range super clean. We just brought out 6 new tanks to put out there, and we're going to be doing an event out there. So these are brand new tanks, brand new meaning, they just painted them, and they were newer.
They look clean.
They look clean, and they were probably surplus Vietnam tanks. And it was a pretty nice range. The very first fucking round fired, one of the guys managed to sneak in a live AT4 round, and absolutely straight up, because the tank he's shooting at is like Vietnam era, and these are meant to go through Abram tanks, and he lollipopped the top of that tank and blew the turret right out of it. I mean, that turret, I thought that was Hollywood. That turret just bloop and came out and landed. And I remember I looked over, and dude, the range master was there. And he looked at me, and he went from being like this normal, sane-looking dude to like a serial killer. I was like, oh shit. So needless to say, the Air Force got the bill, and we were never welcome back on that range, those ranges again. Not even like a week later, when we're down there doing Claymore training, I showed him how. So you go up and you wire the Claymore, and we're having fun with it. We stack bags of flour in front of the Claymore, because that's the way Hollywood gets those big fireball.
This towards enemy, or what's it say?
It's very like army.
Very dummy proof.
Yeah, army.
Front towards enemy.
Yeah, front right.
But the rule is with Claymores is that the guy that sets the cord into the Claymore
blasting cap
always keeps the clacker, the blasting cap in his pocket, right? Always. So I've got it. I crawl down. This is a live Claymore. I make sure all the flour, big bags of flour are stacked in front of us so we can get our nice little Hollywood fireball when it cooks off. And right as I'm going, okay, moving back, which you're giving these audible commands, I start to low crawl reverse, and I hear clack, clack, clack. clack, clack, clack. And sure as shit, the fucking senior-most dude, the senior-most PJ, is back there with a Claymore clacker laughing and fucking joking around. There have been very few times in my life where I browned out. I browned out on that bad boy. Like, I browned out quick. I don't know if I've ever come so close to like physically killing another like friend of mine as I did, because he thought it was all fun and games. But in that moment when you hear clack, 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 and you're that far away from the back of a Claymore, dude, you're done. There's no getting. I mean, it's not. You see a Claymore go off.
Oh yeah.
Everything around it just decimates.
Well,
It's horrible.
I think the point I was getting at is that when first time I heard a grenade go off, I was in a bunker. It's not like the movies. It's not boom. It's kaboom. It's loud as shit.
Loud as shit.
When you hear a Claymore, it's not like the goddamn movies. Unless you're there to see a real life grenade or Claymore go off. Oh, it's aggressive.
I would love to have a piece of property and then buy like 400 Claymores and wire them all together.
Set them all off at
and
once.
set them all off at once, because you would not. There we go. Your property's cleared. Like all the brush is gone. It'd be perfect. It'd be the perfect way to do it. It'd be a little excessive, but screw it. So
I think we should talk about this Saturday real quick, Jay. Liberty Pole, what they're releasing there, buddy. You could talk about it there on November 16th
Liberty
here.
Pole, besides having our amazing single barrel, but before we wrap this up, they have another 2 single barrels that they're releasing this Saturday. One is the Rose and Rye. Matter of fact, I'll just not mess up. I'll read it off of there.
Yes.
The Rose and Rye Whiskey Single Barrel number 177, which I think we got to try that barrel. And that's gonna be, I can't, $94 each. Cherrywood smoked single malt, 133 proof. So that's. I know we're anxious.
I got a bone to pick with Kevin. I asked Kevin. I said, "What's the Liberty Pole's future hold?"
Yeah,
I think either I had drank too much, or he didn't tell me, or I didn't hear him. But
so those are the two: the Rose and Rye Whiskey Single Barrel, and the Cherrywood smoked single malt.
I don't know, but I think 133 proof. I don't know, but I think that might be Liberty Pole's highest release yet.
I don't know. It's something that
I question.
that we have to ask.
There.
And then down the week after the week of Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah. The day
So
before
Wednesday,
Thanksgiving.
yeah. Traditionally, is when they do their double barrel single release, they're going to release in their single barrel rye Snow Day, their single barrel high rye bourbon, all the fixins. Man, I need my glasses. And their single barrel peated bourbon, which is always a hit, and that one is Smoking Jacket. So they're all 3 you can get for $168 or $66 a piece. It's obvious. Just get all 3, because you don't ever want to miss a Liberty Pole pick. These are always good. And if our barrel is still down there, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, though, too, it's a portion of the proceeds are going to
Of
the
ours.
Veterans Group. And
Yes, goes to a veterans place down in Washington.
So please,
Yeah.
yes, we The more bottles you buy, the more we can donate to a Veterans Group, a Veterans place.
There are still bottles available. It does look like we're going to have some of those bottles available on the national online as well. That it's a really great. I can't say that it's the best, because it seems like as soon as I have something that I think is the best, then they come out with something else that eclipses it, or something else hits me in a certain way. But I think we chose an amazing bottle, and I'm equally excited for all these single barrel releases to come out. This is probably my favorite time of year with Liberty Pole, because they plan this out all year on barrels that they want to have ready for this period.
I would anticipate. I mean, if I had to guess, I would think there's going to be a bigger line down there. I mean, because a 133 proof Liberty Pole.
It is
I think there's
all
gonna be a
in
big
the
line.
bottle shop. It's not going to be on their website yet. It may
I
if they
think
don't
there'll be a
sell it.
line.
But
I think there'll be a line.
yeah,
I think so,
I think there'll be a nice site, which is fun. So if you're in the local area this Saturday, I highly recommend get down to Liberty
Yep.
Pole, try out their amazing cocktails, get some food, fellowship with everybody, have a good time, pour some drinks, pick your bottles up, and then you're right by the casino. Might as well go piss the rest of your money away in there.
Why not?
I will be on the beach in Aruba.
Go fuck yourself.
I will.
I hope you get stung by a jellyfish.
I don't care, bro. I'll still float around. Bet. No cap.
No cap.
No cap. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm excited to get this podcast done, because that just puts me 1 hour closer to being in the sun in my Speedo on backwards with a cold drink in my hand. Craig, hold yourself, Danko. We'll get there.
Dude, that's asking a lot of the sun.
I know it is. Until next time, like I always say, stay thirsty, my friends. We'll see you. Cheers.
Yo,
Hey,
cheers.
Aruba, sorry for the future eclipse that's coming your way.
You're a jerk.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast of Bullits and Bourbon. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.